What is up, everyone? Welcome to Mechs on Deck. It is Monday, March 23rd. Ooh, my name is Osiris. This is Chewy. How you doing, my dude?
I'm good, man. I'm a little pixelated because Discord hates me. So
Sometimes it'd be like that.
We're trying. We're trying. But yeah, no, I'm good. I've been grinding Animal Crossing like no other. So if you're not playing Animal Crossing, you're not one of the cool kids right now. I'm saying that right now.
I'm not a cool kid then because I don't even have a Switch.
Okay, if you own a Switch and you're not playing Animal Crossing.
There you go. I did, honestly. I was like, man, if I had a whole bunch of extra money right now, I would buy a Switch because I'm quarantined. I don't have anything to do. Well, I do have stuff to do, but...
Am I a robot voice or just a robot picture, Brez?
You're robot. You're not robot voice.
Noted.
You're just looking like a Monet painting.
You know, it'd be like that sometimes. Just picture. Okay, good. That's what counts. It's been a weird time, obviously. So we're gonna get into it. As you've seen by the title, we're gonna talk a little bit about coronavirus and specifically how well, Dixie, you're not one of the cool kids. And I showed you my masterpiece today.
Yeah. Right? Dedicated to you.
I spent like a whole 10 minutes making sure it was even because I know you're a graphics designer and I know if I fucked it up somehow, I would get shit from you. Anyway, so we're gonna get into it a little bit with just specifically with like keyboards. We were on Top Clack and talked about it a little bit. We were gonna dive a little more deep into it today, but first, take us through some sponsors.
Yeah, so first up, it didn't work.
Shit.
It's not working. There it is. Okay. I
doubled it up.
Tripled it up. All right, first up, we got switchmod.net. Head on over to switchmod.net/mechsondeck. Get 4% off the lube that Robit just restocked. Pick up some 3203, some 3204, or some 205 grade 0. Or if you're feeling frisky, get yourself one of the Spesh kits, which is a little bit of everything. It's not bad to have a little bit of everything. So check those out. Pick them up. Next up, Zap Cables. Make some of the best cables in the business. They are kind of, I know John put an update in the Discord. They're kind of closing up shop because of obviously what we were about to talk about, at least for the minute. But go ahead and bookmark that if you're looking to get a cable. You know, maybe put one in your cart and it'll come when things get better.
They are going to ship out.
Yeah,
a little bit. It's just they've stopped for a few days. I think they're moving shop home so they can quarantine appropriately. But I mean, expect some delays, but that's
as is tradition.
Community wide.
Next up, mechsondeck.dixiemech.com. Check out GMK Botanical, running all month long. Set's doing pretty well, so you want to head on over there and pick that up. Obviously, come hang out with us on Friday night at 8 p.m. Central. We're going to be going through the top 4 of Mech Madness, which I believe Desk Mats starts tomorrow. So you'll definitely want to check out the top 4 and make sure to get your votes in. We're deep in the tournament. You can take the last 3, Chewy.
Yep. All right, so last 3, we got Project Keyboards. You can go mechsondeck.project.link. Pick up GMK Ashes. It's a really cool set, a very good neutral set. If you're looking for a good neutral set, be sure to snag that, as well as Canon Keys. You can go to canonkeys.com/mechsondeck to go and grab GMK Honey and Cat Atlantis, 2 very hyped sets. So be sure to check that out, as well as Type Beast. Type Beast just did their second newsletter, so be sure to sign up for that. So it's already better than the first one. The first one was already really good. So
cool stuff going on over there.
Quick answer though to Amaranth PC. Are you talking about, if you were talking about removing a switch from a plate, you get one of these. This is what's called an IC puller on Amazon. They're like $5. I would recommend getting 2 because I've broken one of these.
You can get them in like packs of 3 too.
Yeah, packs of 3. That's usually for like, but the Rama one's good too. But these have little hooks, and if you look at the switch, there's actually these little tabs that you push in, and that will release the switch. Anyway, we got some mail.
We do have some mail. You want to go first, Chewy?
I'll go first. I got some cool stuff.
All right, let's head on over.
You've got cooler stuff, but I've got cool stuff.
Let's check it out. What do you got for us?
All right, I'll start. Whoop, I'm throwing stuff already.
No, you buy the Rama one from mechsondeck.dixiemech.com. True.
Hmm.
So, here, Amaranth.
Didn't even realize that the Rama one was on Dixie Mech. But yeah, that's another very good one. So I got these.
I'll show you here in a second, Amaranth.
Got these.
Oof.
Holding them wrong.
Little Taro.
No, I didn't get Taro, but I do love the bear.
You're all about the bear.
Dude, I'm loving the bear. CYO does great caps. I'm not a huge fan of the blank, but I'm sure I'll find a thing for it. Oh, come on. There we go. CYO is legit. So yeah, I really like the purple, and I was like, cool. And I'm just, I'm neck deep in fucking artisans now, I guess. And then I got 2 more cool things to show off. Osiris and I usually talk about what we get, but the other night, I was taken away with one of the Mech Madness contestants. Sorry, I'm still getting used to the new setup, but bam!
There you go.
Boom, repping the underdog. Oof.
Great Wave
I'm excited.
Dark.
The Great Wave Dark made it all the way to the top 4, and I wanted to get in on it before it wins out.
Dude, getting that hype, man.
Dude, all hype. Mechanisk Co. Is that like Mechanisk, Fiel Mechanisk?
Yes, it is. I believe it's.
I hope it is. Guys, Fiel round 5 in like 3 days. It's like seriously one of the best keyboards I've ever typed on.
Dude, I just want to say the pricing of the Clippa T is nuts. I was talking with Brian from Top Clack the other day. It's just insane pricing for the Clippa T, and the Fiel is it's just a classic.
It's a classic. It's fantastic. Like I can't. If I say, oh, there's nothing wrong with the board, people will go, but it is a tray mount. I'm like, yeah, but it's also the best sounding tray mount I've ever typed on. So, yeah. So this one, it's inexpensive, and I got it to test it out because I was very curious. I got a keyboard sleeve case from Cannon Keys.
Ooh.
So here's my 2-cent review on this. As I have messed with it for 5 minutes. It smells really clean and new. But yeah, it's got the little Cannon Keys logo. It's got a little net for your cable if you need it, or a mouse. There's no like zip. It's just kind of open. So I guess first complaint, there's no way of like closing it. This one fits 60, 75, and the other one
65.
fits. It's a little loose because it's a 60 that can fit a 75. This, to me, don't use this to like ship and think it's going to be okay. It doesn't offer a whole lot of protection. It will offer protection from scratches in your backpack.
Yeah, that's like you want to throw your Sirius in the backpack, but you don't want your keycaps to get scratched.
Throw a board in the backpack to prevent the caps getting broken off or whatever at like $11. I'd say if you're looking for something like that, get it. If you are looking for something a little bit better that offers more protection, I would not recommend. But yeah. I think there are a lot of us though that just need that, like, oh, I want to throw this in my backpack when I'm going to like a LAN party or I'm traveling, and you just want to throw in a travel board. So that is it for me for mail.
All right, I guess I'll go next. So mine is all based on what I will be streaming tomorrow. So, well, first up, we got a nice little care package from Cannon Keys. Everything's from Cannon Keys, apparently. First up is this t-shirt. I'll stand up. Nice little Cannon Keys pocket tee. A little cannon right here. Pretty spiffy. Was worried about it fitting. A little bit tighter than I like it, but it fits really well.
Shit.
Also got a desk mat as well. Whoop. Which Chewy has all of these as well. Oh, it's upside down. There we go. Boom. And then, of course, what I will be streaming the build of tomorrow. The Wrecked 1800.
Exciting.
Super excited about this.
So, what I'm excited about this is that we have an 1800 layout that could potentially be at a very reasonable price.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Which is like in a custom metal case, all that. That's not the KBD 19X is fine, but this is US shipping. Excited to see that.
Yeah, F-13. People are excited about that F-13.
It's the year of F-13s.
But yeah, no, it's a pretty awesome looking and feeling board. This color is pretty nuts too. It's coming across pretty decently, at least on my screen. As far as it being like rose gold, a little bit more orangish of a rose gold. But dude, it's pretty nuts. I'll be building that with some mauve switches as well. So come back tomorrow and check that out, 8 p.m. Central.
Yeah, excited for it.
But yeah, that's it for me. So
dope. So and I'm excited. I'm excited for that desk mat. The desk mat looks sick. But I was talking with UPass, and I've mentioned this to Dixie as well. I'm like, we have all these streamers, and 80 to 90% of streamers use a desk mat to build stuff on. And I saw a post by Mentorly the other day. She was like, "Oh, I got solder in my desk mat," and I was like, "That's why you got to have a build desk mat." That's why I just kind of ruined the desk mat, the what's it called?
The Home Sweet Home.
The Home Sweet Home desk mat from Dixie. And I'm like, if you sponsor someone, that's just putting your logo on the stream permanently. I was like, and I was talking to you, Bess, and I was like, you, sir, have the awesome fact that you have a desk mat that literally is just your logo sprawled over everything. I was like, this is something that we should look into, of like, that's just free advertising. It's free real estate.
Dude, it is free real estate. No, they look great. I haven't really messed around with it yet. Just got it all in today, or actually got it all in yesterday, but opened everything up and checked it all out today. So excited to mess around with that tomorrow and play around with the Wrecked 1800.
Get wrecked. Yeah, so let's get into it. So COVID-19, we all know what it is. It's happening. Many of us are quarantined. Many of us are shelter in place. Make sure you guys are just making smart decisions. Wash your hands. If you do have to leave, try to stay away from people as best you can. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. All that good stuff. It's affected people. I apologize. We've felt it on our end, and it's an unfortunate situation, but it's a situation that we're going to get through together.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of those things. This is an unprecedented time in the world. Things have skyrocketed. I was looking at it today. We're over like 43,000 cases in America now. Which around this time last week we were at 3,000. So things are going crazy with it. So stay home. Don't leave your house unless you have to. And if you do leave, maybe pick up some gloves, wear some gloves, and make sure to wash your hands before you touch your face, because you don't want to get sick. You don't want to be the reason why someone in your family gets sick. But yeah.
Yeah. So how does that affect the mechanical keyboard community, because we were on Top Clack. If you guys get a chance, Quakeums, if you're still in chat, link that YouTube video because it's got good information. We were kind of a part of a round table talking about COVID the other day, and it was good discussion. And we just wanted to give a little bit more. I guess more of our side. We had to share the spotlight with 8 other people or with 6 other people outside of us. We wanted to dive deep a little bit as well, and it's tough because I mentioned this on it was mentioned multiple. This hobby is already an excessive. It's already a hobby. A lot of people, this is their main hobby, but hobbies are oftentimes known as non-essential. And at the end of the day, like if you have a working keyboard, then it's like, well, why do you need to buy stuff more? Because we're in a time where money might be tight. You might have to be, counting with your pennies a little bit more. And that can have a huge effect on vendors, designers, and people in the community, and lots of different stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a strange time. A lot of people are not working or working from home. Some people have, maybe they've gotten furloughed. They're out of work completely and now on unemployment for the next couple weeks, hopefully, maybe even into the months. Who knows? There's a lot of ways you can support the community. We're going to talk a lot about group buys that are running right now. And one thing I kind of wanted to mention on Saturday, but I didn't have a chance to, was talking about how you can support vendors in other ways. Maybe if you're looking at buying a couple new t-shirts, maybe see what vendors have, see what shirts you can get on Dixie, see what shirts you can get in Cannon Keys, support in that way. Maybe you want to get a desk mat, maybe you need a desk mat, maybe grab one from a vendor, still helps them out a little bit. It'll help out with a group buy if you buy, say you like the GMK Honey mat, but you don't want the set. Pick up the desk mat. It's every little thing helps. So.
Yeah, that's a very, very good point. And then on top of that, if you're someone that is maybe torn between like 2 or 3 sets. All right. So we're in a world now right now where extras are being bought out by a lot. Unfortunately, that could very well change in the coming months. But what I would suggest is maybe potentially kind of looking at the numbers. If there's a set that might be struggling a little bit more, I might suggest going and helping. If you're torn between 2, if you're sitting in a situation like right now, both of these sets have hit MOQ, but let's say you were like, I don't know between Ashes and Botanical, or Ashes and Taro, or Taro and Botanical. Pick the one that might not, pick one that might not be as close to MOQ as it could be. Support the ones that you do like that need a little extra help. If you're in a situation where you're fortunate enough to get an extra keycap, or to get, still get one, but just can't afford the second. So yeah. And it's an interesting, you say April is going to be, April's already tough. We've got great boards coming out. And what's interesting to me is last year's April was the big April. That was like the kickoff party of, let's see how many sets we can run in 1 month. And this year might be, April could be the beginning of the end of how many sets can successfully run for a while.
Stash. Hello, Bois. It said Bois. That's funny.
Bois. Bois.
What up, Stash? Thank you for the 6 months. Appreciate it. April was definitely, a turning point. It was also when we started Mechs on Deck, but it was a crazy time where we ran a ton of GMK sets. That was the first time really that the question was brought up of, can we support this much in the community? And we kind of rode that wave all the way until November, when things got a little bit dicey, and then things got extended, but then everything pretty much hit. There's only a couple sets this past year that got, canceled or didn't happen. Top Clack, thank you for gifting a sub to a Janky Render. It's going to be interesting. I feel like a lot of the sets that are already have started at the beginning of March will probably be okay. It's the ones from here on out. A lot of the boards, it's basically from now until probably May or even into June that might see the effects of this.
Yeah, I think the effects are going to run into June because we're going to be seeing recovery period too. It's like I can't. I'm lucky enough that I've got my job back, but now I have to, make up some of that money, or maybe I dipped into savings. I need to replenish that before I go start buying keycaps. It makes me worried for a lot of these sets. I'm going to run through these sets that are coming out in April really quick. So DCS YZ compatibility. I don't know if that's a low MOQ if that's for specific people, I think that will probably wind up being fine. And plus, since it's a compatibility kit, it's probably not that expensive. To be honest, I don't even really know 100% what this is, but yeah, we're looking, around less than $50. So it's not going to be, this is something that I could very well see being fine. GMK Noel, it's been a very hype set. Cat Space Cadet, GMK Nautilus 2, DCS Red Alert Round 3, GMK Bushido, GMK Black Lotus, finally, GMK Frostwitch, GMK Bleached, and Finicky Pastel. So some bangers and some ones that I'm legitimately worried about.
Yeah. Also, Mechanisk, thank you for the tier 1 sub, and Cypher, thank you for continuing your gifted sub. Appreciate both those. Yeah, it's going to be interesting because the thing is there's not sets that are like, I think the only 2 sets that could be considered somewhat similar are Black Lotus and Frostwitch, just because they're both purple. Everything is pretty different. Everything is all kind of all over the place, which I think does help. I'll be interested to see sets like Infinity Pastel. That'll be a lower priced set. I feel like that may be something that either people hop on because there's so many different options, but it might not do well. We've seen some of the Infinity sets not do great, but we know good chance that they'll probably get bought out. I will say, if you were looking for a set that covers a lot of stuff for a great value and you like any of those colors, definitely think about picking one of those up. But also stay tuned to the the key.company Discord and everything to make sure you're in the know if maybe you want to get 2 sets and you can only afford one. Make sure to stay up to date so you know if they're going to buy out some of the other colors.
Yeah, that's because you're spreading yourself thin with that, but Infinity, it's kind of new territory.
Yeah.
So.
And there's other ones that have come out that, like, I think Bleached will be fine.
The one that I know is going to be fine is Nautilus.
Yeah.
Nautilus is okay. It's a classic set. People are going to buy it. It's being run through Dixie. Dixie, if you've seen the worst one Dixie's done, is they're not worst. The fewest performing kits that we've seen from Dixie since he started on the full, like, every month, was Terra. And Terra did fine, but it came after a huge month in October. Multiple sets hitting over 1,000. Dracula alone hitting over 3,000. And November was already spread pretty thin. But that was a new colorway and a color that people are kind of iffy on. Green seems to be kind of a hot topic color. Where with this, I'm like, it's Nautilus. It's going to be. And Dixie does a great job promoting as well. If you've seen the pictures, these pictures have been beautiful. So I'm very curious. What sinks though is it could probably perform better if what's happening wasn't happening.
Yeah, absolutely. And I worry for Black Lotus because that's a set that people have been waiting on for a very, very, very long time. Like if you were looking at it, the interest check for Black Lotus was released September 19th, 2016. So it makes me wonder, like, this is an interest check that has 19 pages on it. That's nuts. But it makes me wonder how many people are still hyped about it. How many people are really still that interested in it? That's going to be kind of one that I would fear for. I like it. I've liked it for a long time. I never thought I would see the day of it happening, but you know what? It's happening. I don't remember where this is running. Let's see.
I want to say, what was it? I remember it's someone like it's a vendor, if I remember correctly.
The key company. Okay.
Okay.
TKC.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And I imagine they might.
Thank you, Jax.
They might. Thank you, Jax. Guys, welcome. Welcome to the sub club. Why was it an interest check? It was an interest check for so long. But it was an interest check during a time where custom colors were kind of harder to obtain. And then it was kind of slow to pick up during the boom. And I mean, it just took a while. And then next thing you know, you have 9 months of wait times.
I want to show Amaranth this real quick. All right. So when you were looking at a Switch, those little tabs, there's one on the front, and then there's one on the back. So you would get it out like that. That's how you would take it out of the actual plate / PCB.
Boom. We got there, boys.
We got there. All right. But yes, I think Black Lotus is interesting. I think you're going to see that could explode, but I don't think it will, honestly. I don't think it will.
I don't think I think the only set that I hope I'm wrong. I don't see any set breaking 1,000 this month. I hope I'm wrong. I wouldn't be surprised with Nautilus, but yeah, I hope I'm wrong. That's all I can say about that. But yeah, like other set like Bushido, that's a very aggressive design. Sub Legends, you've already knocked out a huge chunk of people. You've got different color caps. You've got different color legends on different rows. So you've now knocked out even more people. So there are definitely people that want this set, but is it enough? Are enough of those people able to continue to support this hobby as best they can? That's definitely one I am afraid of moving forward. My camera looks better now. Oh, it does on too.
Hell yeah.
Oh, crispy.
There we go.
Sweet.
Also, Brez, thank you for gifting Amaranth _PC a sub. You know, it'd be interesting if that was like the actual Amaranth, like the streamer, the female streamer. That'd be crazy. But it definitely isn't.
Let's go. Better quality. Yeah, you spend all this money on camera stuff, and Discord's like, no.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think what's interesting is that we have one, obviously this one's a compatibility kit, but we have a DCS kit, which we haven't seen a DCS kit in a long time. Red Alert obviously being around 3, it's obviously popular enough to have done decent before, but I feel like the DCS might hurt it a little bit. And it's supposed to be running on Dixie Mech, it says. I don't know if that's still set to go like that. But Red Alert's a basic set. Hasn't been run in a long time. Oh, it's his fulfillment service. Okay.
Oh, okay. So it's yeah.
So it's got a low MOQ.
Yeah, that'll be
100 set MOQ. But
I could see that hitting, but I don't see that being. It's kind of a lot of people will see a set hitting as a success. That's kind of how it used to be. Now it's like a set just hitting is kind of borderline viewed as a failure. Like if a set, because now we're just seeing these crazy numbers. Where it's like, oh, if you're not hitting 1,000, you're not. It's not succeeding as well as it could. So it's just the times we live in right now. I'm one thing I will say is I'm okay with things slowing down on the keycap side, but what sucks is that there are all these awesome vendors, and everybody needs a piece of that pie, but there's only so much pie that can go around. And then when coronavirus takes half that pie out and eats it for itself, you're there's some people, unfortunately, that might have to wind up not being able to make a key set right now. One of the sets, the set that I'm like the most iffy on, because I could see this beating out Nautilus, but I could also see this like straight up not getting past day 5, is GMK Noel.
Yeah, I think there's some also. I don't know if Cat Space Cadet will do super well. Obviously, Cat being the way that MOQs are done, it will probably hit just based on the way they do MOQs. Noel has been in interest check for a long time at this point. It's a great looking set. I think it will hit. I don't know if it'll.
If it doesn't get hit, it will get bought.
Yeah, I think this is a set that you can probably feel pretty comfortable with it being bought out. I think this is a set that maybe some people, we've seen other sets that haven't done as well, but then get bought out. Like, for instance, GMK Delta, which is a set that I feel like a lot of people are going to be upset that they missed. I think this will be another one of those when it comes out that a lot of people will be upset that they missed if they don't get in on it. But I think it'll do well enough to hit. I don't know if it's going to be like an insane 1,000 kit seller. I'm with you. I think Nautilus might be the only one that gets close, but honestly, Nautilus might not even get there either.
Yeah, it's and that's why I was saying Quakeums earlier is like it has potential to do amazing. This could be the set. I could see the only set on here that I could see beating Nautilus is Noel.
Well, the other thing that's interesting is this is one of the few months where like Noel is the only set that is like, I guess, somewhat safe. It doesn't have black alphas, but it's white alphas, darker mods, accent color. Everything else, the only other thing that has white alphas that's GMK. Obviously, the Infinite Key pastels are in their own category. But the only other thing that has white alphas is GMK bleached, which
that will hit.
Yeah,
it's white. It's a plain set that's gonna hit. It's a plain set. MOQ's 150 because he's using base GMK colors, so the MOQ is a lot lower. So yeah, I could see bleached getting close to 1K, but I also could see I don't know who the vendor is bleached.
I think bleached will be hurt by the vendor because of the vendor because it's TX keyboards, and that's not a place where people naturally go and look for keycap sets yet, right? Like they're still young. Like we talked a little bit about that on Saturday, and I think that's going to be what will hurt people. It is these smaller vendors that aren't your Dixie Mechs, Canna Keys, your Novel Keys. They're not the places where people naturally go to look for keycaps. It may be harder. It won't do as well, but that's kind of, that kind of is how it goes.
What's interesting to think about also is obviously America is not the only place that runs sets. And some countries are definitely affected more. Obviously, a lot more sets are going to be bought in America. That's usually their larger. I could be wrong, but I know especially with some sets, I know that there's a usually a larger pull in America of where cap sets are going, as opposed to other places around the world. And some countries might not be as affected or have already been affected and are in recovery. So I'd be interested to see, maybe not in April, but May, when you start to see some of the other side of the world, yeah, 80% is NA. That's what I figured, but I didn't want to give out a hard fact. But we could start seeing like way more sets being international from America. We could start seeing if those countries are picking back up and recovering faster, just because they got hit earlier. That could be something where it's like, oh, okay, well, now half of our orders are actually not going, and that hurts American vendors and that stinks. But great for, I guess, the set designer because their sets are doing well. They're just not doing well in one country.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, Dixie, when we were on the on Top Clack on Saturday, brought up a good point about how everything is affecting America for sets that have already run and sets that will be shipping soon, and the fact that shipping has gotten so much more expensive. I wonder how that's going to affect pricing for things that maybe don't have pricing yet. Like your May sets might go up a little bit more in price, maybe, $5-10 just because of shipping. Right now it's so much more expensive.
Or just headroom.
Yeah.
You need. I will say this is such a old guard, like, oh, I've been in the hobby for 2 years, back when GMK sets were $160 plus shipping. Like, it's crazy to me that sets are $100. Like,
Yeah.
that's still like in my head, like, that's crazy that sets can be. And now obviously there's like you've taken out a lot. But overall, these prices are kind of crazy low. And if they started creeping back into the 130, now we might not see, insane 3,000 kits sold numbers, but also, a lot of those sets are priced at, oh, I know the set's going to sell extremely well. So we can lower that price.
That's the hidden
take
thing.
The risk. Yeah.
Everyone, so it was like kind of a meme for a while, right? Like there were people who were upset that Dixie didn't refund people for Dracula hittings as much as it did. It was a big to do on Geekhack. Well, a lot of sets are priced from the beginning. They are priced at 1,000 sets or priced at 500 sets. So there's really not headroom to lower the pricing. Flex your build all you want, my dude.
Oh, flex, dude.
Please flex. Yeah, vendors are not going to price at 1,000, let alone probably even 500, because it's a lot more of a risk that they take on if it doesn't get there, and it really limits their ability to, one, stay afloat and profit, which is what they have to continue being a business, but also purchase extras, because at the end, if a set ships 6 months after it runs, 6 months from now, hopefully we're out of this, things are a little bit more stable, and the people, hopefully those extras will get in the hands of people who wanted to purchase it initially, but maybe didn't have the money because they were furloughed at their job and they're not working. And they just, everything got a little bit thin for a while.
Yep.
So we'll see. I think there is one we haven't really touched on yet, but I think we need to. Good buddy. Mod.
Oh,
Drifting Bunnies.
Mr. GMK Forge, which is, I guess it was, when I looked it up, that's still technically a March set. Forge. I don't know any numbers yet. I know that it is on TX keyboards, so unfortunately it just doesn't have the exact reach that it could, but I'm genuinely worried because
it was canceled.
Oh, it was canceled. I didn't even know it got canceled.
Yeah, I thought you knew that.
I didn't even know it got canceled.
It was canceled at noon today. Oh,
okay. Well, I haven't really been on the internet too much today, other than arguing about nothing today. What I do on the internet. Animal Crossing takes over your life when you get it. But yeah, I mean, that's the first one, and it's not going to be the last one, unfortunately.
That's what worries me.
Blown away if every single one of these sets made it.
Same. I think we might see another November. Hopefully that people will put faith in the set. Obviously, Forge was something that, you know, I guess they just decided, hey, let's go ahead and cut our losses. Much like what was the was it Rocket Pop? Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it was the Project Keyboard, like Ice Pop set last year, where they're just like, you know what, we're not ready for this yet. Let's just go ahead and
Forge
exit.
Join the ranks with them and Sparta.
Yeah.
So
So
real quick, I just wanted to go over LNSP _DZ. KBD 8X Mark II, PC top, white bottom, brass plate. Gonna lube some Gap black inks with 205 grade 0, right choice. And placeholder black on white caps until botanical arrives. Solid board. I had a KBD 8X, loved it.
that's gonna look awesome.
That's gonna look really cool.
The brass plate mixed with the PC top with the white bottom, it's gonna flow really well. It'll look really good. But I'm hoping so with that starting, especially on a site like TX Keyboard, that makes me worried for another set that's supposed to be running at some point this month, and that's GMK Nord, which is running on MK Ultra, I believe that being their first foray into key sets. It's one of those things, hopefully that doesn't get delayed any longer, because we're almost a year out from when that interest check was released. Yeah, May 12th last year. That was a set that was very, very hype at first, but took forever, but took a long time to get to the point where it was an interest check. So I worry for the smaller guys.
Yeah.
These sets that, like, what was it? Frost Witch, I almost said Black Witch, mix the two. Frost Witch like went to interest check like last month and is already getting picked up and being run on Switch Mod. So I wonder how that one will do. I don't know. It's going to be an interesting time. I'm sure we'll have a follow up to this just to kind of see how these sets did.
Yeah. Okay, didn't know that. But yeah, it's just a little concerning. I don't think so. Things that I'm not worried about is boards, because there's an up and a down to this with boards. So the big one next month is the E7.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the big hype one. We've got extras of very popular boards coming out soon. So
7V, not E7. Yeah.
So E7, sorry, 7V. Thank you. I had too many sevens and letters. So that will be fine. Will it perform? There's kind of an interesting up and down to this. I don't think it will perform as well as it could. But on the flip side, if it performs fine, but not as much, you're going to see some interesting. It could ship faster. If the factories, we don't know what factory they're using. We don't really know a whole lot. That's not like public knowledge. But if their factory is up and running, that could get a quick turnaround time and actually be kind of beneficial, even to the point where they go, oh, maybe I can run another one. So it's an interesting thought on that. But I do think, because we don't see crazy high MOQs on boards, it's not like, oh, we have to make 250 of these. That doesn't happen. TGR said 100 and it filled out in like a second.
Yeah.
So I think the bad thing is people who maybe live a little bit closer to each paycheck might miss out, because they're having to save, or the people that are fortunate enough that they have kept their job, their work from home, pay hasn't changed, and really day-to-day life other than working from home hasn't changed. They're going to still have those opportunities, and actually have a better opportunity to get some of these boards if some of these extras that are coming out, the raffles might be a little bit smaller. So it's an interesting. It's weird saying that there's a benefit to this because that's it's obviously it's a benefit from something that's very unfortunate, very horrible happening. But I mean, it's a thing.
Yeah, I think the 7V will be. Yeah, I definitely proof the Bauer raffle this past weekend
exactly
proves that it won't be smaller. I don't think boards will be affected right now. I think because of the nature of boards, because less run, the 7V is something that we've been waiting on for a long time. People have been eyeing that board since it went to interest check last May. So I think people have been stowing away money for that. And I think people plan their boards out a little bit further, whereas keycap sets are kind of more of like what's running that, like right now they would know, okay, next month these sets are running. What am I going to buy? Right. It's not as much of a long-term decision, whereas a $450 board like the 7V is something that you've realistically probably saved up for a little bit, or at least been planning out.
Yeah.
So I don't think,
honestly, that's what you kind of should do, right?
Right.
Boards or something you should. Yeah, and if you're wanting to buy a tofu, sure, go buy a tofu. If you're wanting to spend some serious money on a board. When I say serious money, I mean $250. That's something. Be smart. Make a smart decision, coronavirus or not, and save.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, make smart decisions. Don't buy sets if you can't afford them. The other piece that I think will be taken out of all this, so we've seen in the last couple of months, really since last summer, because keycap sets have gotten so big, we've also seen a lot of like child kits, like sets, like the white on black extension kit, the GMK white on black 40s Culverac R0 to R5 extension that's running right now. I don't think we'll see as many of those. I think those are going to kind of take a back seat because people aren't going to want to run those as much because one, yes, they're cheaper, but they also have a little bit more risk in them because they're made specifically for specific people, right? Mm-hmm. Whereas a just general keycap set is made for realistically everyone. So we'll see. I think there's some keycap sets that we're probably going to run in the next few months that are going to be, maybe postponed a little bit till summer. It'll save our wallets all a little bit.
Yeah. Could just be that, and this could be a drought before a boom. Most things are mountains and valleys. So we could just be in a small little valley. I feel like the summer, late summer, early fall of like 2018 was kind of a valley. There just wasn't a whole, it was people wanting to buy Holy Pandas at like $8 a switch and not a lot of things coming out. The tofu was kind of so to point out, the tofu was like the most hyped thing to come out. So if that explains it, and then the V2 and the Holy Panda Revolution changed everything, and then we hit a boom. But this could just lead into a boom. Who knows?
Yeah. I think hopefully it will. We talked a little bit about the interest check of this, the interest check effect of all this, people working from home, people having ideas, spending time, playing around with colors. Maybe they picked up a RAL color book on Amazon for like, $60 in a different language. And they're putting some things together.
What extras will be run next month? I know that the Iron 5, but nothing else off the top of my head. I believe the HBCP extras will be running next month, but that is not, I am not 100% on. Oh, there. Ben Rip start. It's because at the time nothing was like that.
Well, they also were not. You couldn't get them.
You couldn't get them. There wasn't this was the whole thing with Holy Pandas is that the Panda Switch was a 10,000 number run that was never made again. And so they were just incredibly hard to find, the people that actually bought in on this small group buy. And that's why they were. Now, you'd be stupid to buy Holy Pandas at anything above $1.
Yeah.
So, don't buy Holy Pandas over $1.
Yeah, it was funny. Just Quakems just said it, or Top Quack, because they weren't selling at all, and then the Holy Panda, people started to get it. People started to make them, and then everyone and their mother wanted Panda Switches. So, and that was like Q3 of 2018 when things kind of went nuts with them, and they were $5 a Switch.
Yeah,
should have made Holy Pandas like the day after the group buy shipped. Brian, come on, man. But no, I'll be interested to see. I think maybe extras that get purchased for keycap sets will sit a little bit longer. I'm hoping things don't get too crazy. I'm hoping that we don't see sets completely fail. It is very unfortunate that Forge got canceled. I feel really bad for Drifting Bunnies that happened. But it looks like just about everything else is looking good to go for this month. I think we'll see about next month.
Yeah, sad to see, but it's just the time that we live in right now. We did not come up with HP. That would be top class. Set should be run again in the future, though. Yeah, I see that stuff kind of happening. It just yeah, right. So I could see that happening. I honestly, I can't speak for him. But no, Quakems at Quakems on Discord is all your Holy Panda questions. He loves answering them. He can't talk enough about how much he likes talking about Holy Pandas. Anyway, sorry, don't bother him, but you can bother me. I like the kid with Quakems. No, I can't speak for him, but I could see him just being like, I'm dropping Forge, and he seems like someone who is more like, move on, go to the next thing. What's the next best thing?
I mean, he has a very like realistic approach of like, I don't want to spend extra time on this, like we know. So yeah, I think he might move on to Sloth, which is one of your hypest sets of the year.
Number 2 hype set of 2018. I did, in fact, make Zycos. If you want to ask me what Zycos are,
a stupid expensive Switch.
It is a stupid expensive Switch, but it's an amazing Switch.
It is. It is.
What's number 1 Chewy? Are you asking like
for your top hype sets?
Oh, it was Modern Dolch Light. It already. So, but yeah, it's I'm just. I think the only other thing to really touch on is be patient, because obviously shipping is taking a lot longer. It's tougher to get stuff shipped. I mean, you literally can't get things shipped in certain countries around the world. But other than that, I mean, just be, like I said, be patient and know there are going to be delays. We're already used to delays, but this is a delay that everyone, it's not like the group buy runner like got hit by a car and then got pneumonia for 9 years. It's coronavirus. Like, this affected the world, so calm down.
Yeah. There will be ripple effects. Obviously, boards that were supposed to have shipped already, things like the Iron 165, that were supposed to be here already, not here. But things are going to get here eventually. Just know that this is a rough time for everyone. You may be sitting at home being like, man, I'm working from home. It's good. But everyone else might be struggling a little bit. So just bear with everyone. This is like we said at the beginning, unprecedented time.
Uncharted territory.
Yeah, people don't know what it's going to be like at the end. We don't know how long this is all going to take. everyone is looking at the numbers that were reported in China. We're starting to see that maybe things weren't completely reported correctly. But yeah, we'll see what happens with it. Hopefully the community will come out of this. It might make things rough. Yeah, it might look a little bit different. If you are, if you have sets in interest check right now, just know that it might take you a little bit longer to get your set run. If you've got cool ideas, if you've got things you want to do, now's a great time to put it out there. People have time to check things out, to spend time on Geek Hack. Invest time supporting the community right now. Be there for each other, hang out, talk to people, and as Talisman Solutions just said, we'll all be kissing on the lips again in 3 months.
I love it.
You did hear it here first.
That will lead in, but here's something I want to do because our friend, I forgot his name already. He's a great friend. I don't know his name. LNSPDZ. Everyone, flex what you're typing on. What are you typing on? Let's move. Before we move into the next, show me what you're typing on, bro.
Me?
Let's have a little communal by not touching each other. Show what is touching our hands. And guys, type in chat what you're kiss me, Chewy. Soon, Brian. We're gonna do that like avatar beard, like braid connection thing they do.
Yeah, Perez was right but I don't want to show the same thing, so I'm going to show something different. Actually, I'm not going to. I want to show this off a little bit. So, because I know what Chewy's typing on, so I'm going to show it as well.
It's Baca 60, number 1, James K. Lime.
Let me make you big. Let me get you big. Ooh, count it. Thank you, Japanese Horror Writer, for the 1,000 bits. We appreciate it.
Well, ASMR.
If you want to hear what that sounds like, we have a typing test of that board.
Oof.
Ooh,
I could also, and I'll show. Is Mechanisk still in chat?
He is.
Mechanisk, if you're in chat, message. I don't see him anymore. But my wife has been using this bad boy. There he is. Look at this. I even posted my Instagram. That was like, this is my Grail board, round 4. With these are Zycos.
Oof. One-handing.
Are you one-handing? Oh, dude, check this. All right. Ready? This is how you get buff at home.
Yeah, dude.
5 pounds each. Easy. Full clean. Get there. All right, what do you got?
All right, I'm going to show this off because actually, Chewy actually dropped this off to me earlier this week. This is my Baca.
Oof.
And I just got this Cerakoted in OD green. And it looks awesome. This is number 9 Baca, which is my preferred number. My birthday is September 9th, so 9/9. Yeah, the Cerakote looks absolutely incredible.
I will say it looks better in person. I feel like every time it's been on camera, I'm like, I know what it looks like. And it's also, I think it looks better in natural light.
Yeah, it does.
But it looks so good.
It is very close.
It looks insane.
It's one of those things, I thought it would be a little bit lighter than it is, but I'm glad it's as dark as it is. Right now, this is actually the build that had the lilacs. So half of these have switch foams, the other half don't. So I'm not really using it yet, and I'm actually going to be doing a build stream of this. I'm going to build it with Zycos to really embrace the full Baca aspect of it.
Which I feel really bad. So quick announcement. I have no plans at this time due to everything happening for at least another 4 to 6 months of running. Which I apologize to those who really want one. But right now, I was talking about it with Osiris, and I've talked about it with some other people. And at this time, I can't take a risk like that right now.
Yeah.
So because group buys are risks, and if something goes horribly wrong, that would have to come. And I can't take that risk. So no Efro 60, maybe Frisco. But yeah, that's the Baka.
It looks so good.
Quakeums. I can always just like send you this for a while if you want. It's got holy pandas in it. I know how much you love holy pandas.
Where can you get your board Cerakoted? So you can. There's a lot of different places you can get it done. Your local gun shops can do it. You might,
if you're not in Texas, that might be harder to, but you can find those like next to every in Texas.
Yeah. Well, what I was going to say is I would recommend you finding a reputable gun store and going in and asking them where they recommend you get something Cerakoted at, because they're going to know the local vendors and they're going to know the best local vendor to do Cerakote. Don't look at Cerakote.com on your work computer because all of the examples are guns. So that would be a very awkward question. A gun store is so weird. Well, we live in Texas and there's a gun shop like everywhere.
They have drive-through gun stores.
They do.
Or not. I don't think you can buy a gun, but you can like drive through buy ammunition.
Yeah.
Think about that.
But
perspective.
That's what I would recommend if you are trying to find a reputable shop. But there's Cerakote places everywhere. So
yeah. So hold on, let me go back to where we have some people typing words about boards. E-White S75 with Oompa Loompa inks, Zeal stabs, Mizu caps. Very nice. Custom extended 75% with a Gatoron yellow by Ben Rip Start. DZ60 Tofu by Amaranth. Hey, Tofu's a solid board. Black Austin, hell yeah, Lang. 98 gram Milky Gats lubed, 129. Starstone just flexing the Kepler. I love it.
Dude, Kepler's so beautiful.
Clippa S. God, see, the Clippa S is probably my biggest regret, like not getting in on since starting Mechs on deck. Like,
yeah.
Because I remember I talked to you like over and over. I was like, I want it, but I just cannot get it right now. Let's see.
That's how it was for Bauer.
Inspired by, see, you're starting a revolution with these Nolives on.
Dude.
Then like 3 people go in the Osiris build.
Dude, creams or Nolives on Sirius. I mean, even if you just get creams in that 63.5 gram spring, oof, they feel so good. I was thinking about taking them out, but I don't want to.
Can we call it the Osiris spec?
Dude. Yes. I'm excited. I have another Palm board coming soon. TM. That I'm excited to build. I'm going to build it with mauves, I believe.
Mauves. More chance. Sweet. I'm finding it harder and harder to find 60% that I like, and the Clippa S was the last one that I saw. I was like, it's the one. So, but yeah. So, you want to go over the announcement?
Sure.
I get too wordy.
This
sounds so serious.
About gaming? Is that what you mean?
Gaming.
Yes. So, given the fact that right now is also I want a tend as well. I need the tend. Given the fact that now is a time where both Chewy and I, well, Chewy can't work. I don't have a job currently. We figured why not hang out with people from our Discord? Why not play some games? Maybe stream some games. So we will be streaming video games periodically throughout the next couple weeks until all this kind of dies down a little bit. So we don't really have a schedule yet, but
yeah, it's a test thing. We're going to test it out. We have 24-hour stream. We played games with some good friends as well as Top Clack, who is also a good friend. That made it sound like we're not good friends. No, we played with Quakeums and Mr. Teja, and had a blast. Still, we frequently talk about it as the highlight of the 24-hour stream. And so we were like, have we just been talking? It's like so I work in education, so I am not so I'm not going to be, I literally, the government told me I can't work. So yeah, there'll be Overwatch, that'll be Osiris, way more than myself. But it's either going to be both of us or one of us doing something. If and we're open to playing with y'all, so make sure to hit us. This is not going to be a watch us play games by ourselves. Like, we're trying to support the community. One thing I will note: Golf with Friends is an incredibly fun game, and it's like $4 right now.
I was about to say, we definitely need to bang out some Golf with Friends. We need to get some marbles on stream. That's like a content heaven right there. We could literally just sit there for 4 hours and play marbles on stream. Chewy, we might have to go in for some Twitch sings.
Ooh, I'd be okay with that. 159 just gave out. What the shit? So Project Keyboards, guys, if you haven't checked out Project Keyboards,
holy shit.
Oh man.
Oh my god, dude. Thank you so much.
Very, very much. Very much appreciate that.
Dude.
All right. Well, thank you for that.
Thank you, man.
But yeah, we are we're just wanting to expand. So yes, we are a keyboard streaming content creation group. Duo. Power couple. But a lot of us play video games. If you are not here, so how we're going to approach this is we're going to be setting up a different type of bot ping that you'll have to react to a message, and we'll probably post the message a few times to get the bot ping in our Discord. We know that not everybody is here to watch this game. No, some people either don't care or don't even like games, and we understand that, and we don't want to force y'all into having to watch us. So we're getting that set up in the next day or two to make sure. So just keep an eye on our Discord and make sure that if you are interested in that, it's still going to ping on the Twitch side of things. But we want to do something fun, and we want to do stuff fun with the community, because a lot of other people are sitting around twiddling their thumbs wanting something to do. And
yeah,
that's a good way to do it.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're definitely going to get some Golf with Friends, some Jackbox Party Pack games. It'll be a good time. It'll be fun. We want to get y'all involved. We want to spend time with the community. One of the main reasons why we wanted to do this, because we've always hoped that you're not only here for the keyboard content, but you are here for Chewy and myself as people who maybe like our personalities a little bit. Hopefully we're not complete dicks.
I mean, if you hate me, I get it, because I hate myself. So
oh my gosh,
right there with you. What do you think about the jewels? It is a 65%. So looks nice.
I think the jewels is awesome. So there's where we vary on our thoughts on the layout of 65%. I haven't actually looked at the jewels in forever.
Trade simulation.
The jewels is something that when it first was announced, teased for the last year, I love it. I really love the Vern, which is the similar style. But dude, curves on the jewels, nuts. Agree with I. The jewels is beautiful.
As a frame, is beautiful. Fantastic. So yeah, guys, if you guys have questions for us, if you have thoughts, throw them in now. Throw them in the chat. And Talisman's got that pink M.
Yeah, dude.
9-month subscriber badge.
I just want to know, what is everyone doing to stay sane right now under the quarantine?
Animal Cross favorite cheese. Usually a nice Wisconsin or Vermont white cheddar.
Dude, I've said this before. there is a type of cheddar called redneck cheddar, and it is amazing.
Can I rub my face in your beard? Not right now. Come on, man. Social distancing. Next time, Gio. Only if I can rub my face in your. Classes aren't really keeping me sane, but it keeps me busy. Yeah. Beating my head against the wall to promote blood flow. Both cheddar, sheesh. Yeah. I like goat cheese. I mean, let's be real. I like 90 different types of cheeses. But if I'm like walking into the fridge and I just want to take a hunk of cheese and like grab a knife, cut it off, and throw it in my mouth, I'm reaching for that Vermont white cheddar.
It's 3:30 a.m. on a Tuesday watching Mechs on deck. Appreciate that, dude.
Thank you, dude.
Yeah.
Guys, round 5. Get it.
Dude, get the round 5 feel.
We literally, Mechanist, this is like the second time I've talked to him. Not sponsored in any way. This is like hands down one of the nicest boards you will ever own. Anyway.
Opening on Thursday. There you go. Yeah, today I spent probably way too long editing clips into a song that I'll be using for the showcase video that I do on the Wrecked 1800. So I did some fun things with that and got to use a DAW again, which was nice. I actually used my Pro Tools license that I've had for a long time.
There you go. See, got a copy of AC showing up on Wednesday. Hell yeah. I need to socially distance myself. I do need to socially distance myself from cheese. What I saw. What is the best board?
Yes.
A Baca 60. No, it's preference. It's the perfect board is all of the components that meet all of your favorite things about all your favorite boards combined into one, which probably doesn't exist.
Yeah. Just for reference, like my favorite board right now, and the board that I've been using very consistently for the past like 4 months, is also the cheapest board that I own currently, and that's the Sirius.
Yeah, I'd say the Mechanist, the Mechanist, the Fiel is one of the cheaper ones that I own, and it's my frequent go-to. That's why I'm about to have some fun with it. I'm changing my Fiel just
except for the Bauer. I don't have a Bauer. Well, I do have a Bauer, but it has
not that Bauer.
It has brass keycaps on it. So. It's the LTT Bauer.
LNSP. That just makes me think that it's Lumpy Space Prince Best. I keep thinking of LSP. LNSP, really like this format stream, especially when the miss works late, so I'm not lonely. I'm glad you get to hang out with us. Join us on Discord.
Yeah,
because trust me, I'm answering everything within 10 minutes.
Yeah, we're both like literally just
all over Discord.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there all day just looking at it. No, I'm excited. A couple of things that I'm going to get done this week in my first week of isolation. I'm going to clean up my apartment. It doesn't look that bad from here, but trust me, it is not great.
I don't want to shit on you, but it's not, I wouldn't call it spotless.
It is not spotless. It's not awful. It's not
it's not like you don't walk in there and go, dude, problem. You just walk in there and you're like, dude, have you not stopped working? Like,
yeah. It looks like I've worked nonstop for a couple of weeks, which is kind of what it's been. Yeah. So I'm excited to clean up my apartment a little bit, get it back to a place where I feel comfortable with having people over other than Chewy.
Yep.
So
I come from competitive fighting game background, LNSP, Lone Star. I'm going to call you Lone Star.
Dude, Lone Star State. Let's go, baby.
Lone Star. Beep, beep, Wild Bill. I need to get that over to you ASAP. It's in your Discord. If you have a picture of it, 159, throw it in the chat. Sorry. You just said sorry. You don't have to ever apologize to me, Dixie. Roll Tide.
Boomer Sooner. I need to stop chewing. Dog broke a nail this morning and he keeps trying to chew it.
So real quick, one more time, our sponsors, Dixie Mech, You can go to mechsondeck.dixie-mech. Check out the Bower. The Vickery auction is tomorrow. Excuse me, I apologize. The Vickery auction for the Bowers go tomorrow, as well as GMK Botanical still churning through. So be sure to check that out. Zap Cables is taking a small sabbatical while he just figures out how he's going to handle this. But pick up a cable, pick up a desk mat. Some awesome stuff there. Switchmod.net/Mechs on deck will get you 4% off all your lube. Go get a Spesh combo. I genuinely think, I'm not just trying to like upsell, like you should have access to all three of those if you're building more than like one or two sets of switches. So be sure to check that out. Mechsondeck.project.link for project keyboards. GMK Ash is running right now. Be sure to check him out. Canonkeys.com/Mechs on deck to get some cool stuff. We got the Rect coming out relatively soon. The Rect 1800, which Osiris will be building tomorrow. But be sure to pick up a GMK Honey and Cat Atlantis that's out right now. He's also got awesome desk mats. Dark Wave is on the mat. That's where I got that. You can get some awesome stuff there. And Type Beast just released his second newsletter. Be sure to check that. It is an awesome. You guys should stream Crash Insane Trilogy sometime. I have no idea what that is, but I will look it up.
Absolutely. Yeah, and again, like Chewy said, be sure to come back tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central. I will be building this Rect 1800 prototype. It's a fancy looking board. Nice little cannon. Boom. It's the third and final installment of the Brutal Savage Rect series. So you'll definitely want to check that out.
Wash your fucking hands.
Wash your fucking hands. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely wash your hands.
Oh, Crash Bandicoot. I know Crash Bandicoot. I just don't ever call it Crash. I always call it by its full name.
Also, thank you, Carlbit, for the 9 months. Appreciate it. Also, listen to him. People, wash your hands. And then Wednesday,
Star, you should check out the Austin also.
Absolutely.
Both awesome boards.
And Wednesday, we will have good buddy of the show, friend, somewhat of a colleague,
hater of all good foods.
Gasp from Apiary Keyboards. She will be coming on with us, talk a little bit about keyboards, maybe talk a little bit about Mech Madness. It's gonna be a good time.
She's just fun to hang out with.
Yeah, she's a good.
I mean, you guys,
a
lot of you watch her. A lot of you are. She's streaming right now. I think she's doing her TGR, the Jane CE build right now. Yeah. Gasp does return. Yeah, we haven't had her on since the 24 hours. I think.
Yeah,
that sounds right.
I'm sure we'll talk about a lot of stuff. We might touch on this a little bit. I'm sure we will. This is going to be an evolving issue for the next couple months, sounds like. So, but yeah, come check us out. And then, of course, check out Friday at 8 p.m. Central. We will be doing Mech Madness Live. We will be debuting the final matchups, going in depth, talking about what happens this week for the Final Four and debuting the championships. And maybe doing some other little things. We're working on some stuff to do a little bit different because we will have a little bit of extra time to maybe talk about some additional things. So it's going to be a good time. Come hang out with us. Join us on Discord. Also, check us out on YouTube. All of our VODs, if you're new here, all of our VODs for basically everything we've ever done is up on YouTube, as well as some additional content. We've been releasing typing tests. I'm going to do some more of those as well. If you like those, if you like that format, let us know if you want us to keep doing them. If not, then you know what? We appreciate your input.
Yeah. Lone Star, man, be sure to join the Discord. I'd love to talk to you more. Nice to meet you. It's, just because you see our face doesn't mean that we can't. I've got the great part about the internet, right? Two of what I would consider my closest friends live in Canada, and I have never met them in person, but I hang out with them more than most humans.
I mean, yeah, I talk to Geo and Quakums like every single day, and I know what they both look like, and obviously they know what I look like, but we've never like physically met in person yet.
Yep. Lone Star, I hope to meet you in person one. So
I think he said he lives in Texas. So hey,
yeehaw, we touch tips.
shh! Don't tell people about that. They're not supposed to know.
How far is Apiary into her stream? Anyone know? Anybody dual watching right now? I'm watching an ad right now, so I don't know. Keep it up. Thank you, man. And she's going strong. All right, we will hop in there in just a moment. But yeah, tomorrow, Rect 1800. Be there. Be square. So Miss Apiary. And what do we say? We already threw Chick-fil-A.
Oh, we can't forget to buy Chick-fil-A on Wednesday and have the cups and everything.
But nobody tell. Oh, we just said it.
Don't tell her. Don't tell her. Don't tell her.
Don't tell her. That's fine. That's Gardy. She's gonna know.
Shh.
Not Gio's gonna tell her. What do we say? Chewy's now because my ponytail's looking pretty garbage.
Just do the horn. Horns out.
Horn, air horns.
Give him a little Mexo horn.
All right, throw those horns up. We're gonna raid here in just a second. Anyway, guys, thank you very, very much for coming. Check out Apiary. She'll be on stream Wednesday and tomorrow, Rect 1800. And thank you. Buy a Switch tester.